Yeah, of course. Barcode's been around for decades and decades, and I'm sure everybody's familiar with it. Just it's the technology used in all the grocery stores to help speed up processes there, as well as data efficiency, ensuring that the right products are being run out. And RFID technology as well has been around for decades, but its use is increasing every year in many different applications. And that's really some of the things that we wanted to talk to you about today. So an asset will have an RFID tag associated with it, which will have a tag ID, and different information can be stored on the RFID tag if that's what's required, UPC information, or additional pedigree information if you wanted to use a more high memory type of tag. And the type of RFID we're talking about today is exclusively passive UHF RFID is what we're talking about. We're not talking about active tags that have batteries in it or things like that. We're talking about passive tags. And these are tags that are stimulated when they're hit by RF from an antenna. And the antenna enables the chip to transmit the identification information to a reader. Then the reader converts that information back to an digital information that can then be passed on to a back-end computer system to make that information more useful. And then there are many, many benefits with the implementation of RFID technology, and really all auto ID technology is much, you're going to gain many efficiencies over no auto ID whatsoever, but RFID brings another added layer of efficiencies that you don't get from a barcode. And you can enhance your asset visibility. It can be layered in as a component to a security feature that you might be trying to add to your organization, as well as cost savings.
Well, good, and just addressing the topic of when it comes to a linear barcode or a two-dimensional barcode, a barcode scan itself requires that you obviously find the barcode asset tag on the item, and sometimes that can be pretty complex when you have, in my experience, maybe things that are contained in a kit. For instance, we deal a lot in environments that you might have, a dozen items that are, let's say, technical components in a Pelican case, and in order to be able to actually identify where that barcode is on that item can be challenging, and this is really where RFID can come into play, right? And you can, therefore, you don't have to identify exactly where that tag is on that specific item and still capture its location and to confirm that it's there.
Yeah, absolutely. Many terrific advantages. As you point out, line of sight is not generally required, which can allow the identification of assets from a distance inside enclosed cases, as you're talking about. I was in a warehouse, a couple of warehouses in the past month, where there's 40-foot bays, and they have a requirement to do regular inventories and cycle counts, which means people are climbing up tall ladders or using forklifts. And in the right scenarios, RFID can be leveraged to perform those inventory types of functions while your feet are still standing on the floor, which not only gives you the efficiency and time and accuracy of your data, but the safety feature that you also gain by not having to be elevating people up high.